East Coast Pro Wrestling, the world's finest tag team, return home tonight to capture what we never lost. Top-notch males. For the last year, you guys have called yourselves the true ECPW Tag Team Champions. Well, guess what? Your reign is over tonight. The ECPW former Tag Team Champions are no more. The future, two-time ECPW Tag Team Champions make their return tonight. Tommy Spence-nificent, J-Pocalypse now. Tommy and JP, the amazing Graysons. And we represent the ROC from the boogie down and all around. You can catch us at East Coast Pro Wrestling. Let's get it done.
Wrestling fans, East Coast Professional Wrestling, Joey G, Gino Caruso. Another great week of action. Tonight, Joey G, we're going to see the TV champion, Bad News Dillinger, defend against Tony Rush.
Gino Caruso, my favorite tag team, is returning to ECPW. The amazing Graysons will be here tonight, going against, you know who?
The top-notch males for the title.
You got it.
Let's go to the action.
Our next match is scheduled for one fall. He weighs in like 205 pounds. On Tony Rush.
Let's go! Boom!
Here comes the big man, Bad News Dillinger.
Joe, they're all over the place there. Now we talked about Bad News Dillinger and that either right or left hand, he's got some knockout power, Joey.
Yes, he does.
What a great welcome this has been. And you got to meet a lot of the new fans coming to ECPW
a lot of new fans
for the first time.
You know what? There's a lot of new fans here in the Lake and Packtown area, and they're so happy. We were here last week with East Coast Professional Wrestling, and they're back with us again this week.
I know, Joe, you being a wrestling fan for so many years, and you get to sit and talk with the fans.
I enjoy talking.
And some of the the old time fans that have watched it over the years, and to hear them talk about how they enjoy ECPW really makes us proud.
Well, you know what? I enjoy talking with the fans, and fans, when you see me at any of the ECPW shows, don't be afraid. Come on up. I love talking with you, getting your input, and seeing what you like best in ECPW.
Well, I'll tell you, somebody who doesn't like the fans is Bad News.
No, we don't.
He comes into the arena, and a lot of times fans get here early so they can see the wrestlers coming in, try to get autographs, and nobody even goes near him. He just has that look on his face like he doesn't want to be bothered.
Well, you know, the feedback I get from the fans, I give it directly to Angelo Johns, and every once in a while, I'll throw a little extra in my envelope.
Is that how you do it?
Yeah. Hey, got to make a living somehow.
That's why you're driving that nice car. Nice,
Angelo Johns has been good for ECPW and for Joey G.
He's been good for Joey G. And right now, Bad News Dillinger using his size to his advantage, his strength, his weight, and that's how he is the TV champion, Joey. Oh, nice move there. And that's what Tony Rush has got to do. Outspeed him, outquick him.
Well, Tony Rush was going to drop kick him, but couldn't get it, and he did a spin around and saved himself from falling on his back.
What a lineup this week, Joey. We start off with the TV champion. We're also going to get to see Angelo Markos.
And the tag team championship belts are on the line with the return of the amazing Graysons.
That's What?
Wait, what?
Meadowlands Monster doing out here?
I don't understand this.
Well, you know there's a lot of bad blood between Tony Rush and Meadowlands Monster and the Flows and Aaron Bradley and that whole crew, right?
No, but the Meadowlands Monster, I mean, this is where Angelo Johns needs to have somebody at ringside to tell the Meadowlands Monster to go back to the dressing room.
He shouldn't be out here. He's not a manager. He's not a licensed manager. Is he out here scout? Well, we know that there's bad blood between him and Tony Rush.
Right. He does not like Tony Rush, and Tony Rush does not like him.
And we talk about the feud between, Tony Rush and the Flows have against Sage and Brandon Alpha and that whole crew, and Meadowlands Monster's a part of that. Is he just out here to distract them? Is there an alliance between
you know what he's yelling? He's yelling, "Come on, Tony!"
Well, we know that's not.
Yeah, we know what we know.
He's not really out here to cheerlead for Tony Rush, that's for sure.
Nope.
Wow. He's a big, intimidating man at 7-foot Meadowlands Monster.
Maybe the referee should stop the match and send Meadowlands Monster back to the dressing room.
The referee has to worry about what's going on in the ring.
I understand that, but
and he can't worry about what's going on outside unless there's some type of interference. Then he has the authority then to make a decision. But look at those body shots, Joe.
Wow, there's the Ernie Shavers.
Those are shots to the body, just collapse.
And look at the Meadowlands Monster taunting Tony Rush. Gino, last week we saw a decisive win by Kenny Bangle over Dan the Man.
Dan the Man. So you could say he deserves to be that heavyweight champion. It was not a fluke.
No, it wasn't.
And he didn't have Bad News Dillinger by his side.
No, he didn't.
I think Dan the Man wanted to go out there and try to prove something to himself. And Kenny Bangle's the better man at this point. Nice move there by Dillinger, using his brain. Oh, but not that time. He caught one right on the button. He may be knocked out.
Well, Tony Rush used his feet. Meadowlands Monster yelling at Dillinger to get up. I mean, Gino, how long is it going to be before the Meadowlands Monster interferes with this match? That's the only question I have. You know it's coming.
I know he's not out there to give moral support to him.
No, it's
Tony
coming.
Rush.
Whoa!
Nice move there. Up and over to the outside. Tony Rush very agile. Shot to the mush there. Another kick. He's got the big man off balance now,
caught him
Joey.
right across the head.
What a beautiful elevation clothesline, Joey.
And
we have a new champion.
Comes Gino.
We knew that was going to happen. You're right. You called that, Joey. You knew that.
Oh, you just smelled it.
And there's enough of a distraction right there. Is that the opening that Dillinger needs? Oh! Out to the outside, Tony Rush. Airborne.
Wow! Fighting for his life, fighting for a championship belt.
Now he has an opportunity. Can he get that TV title, Joey? He got caught.
Dillinger caught him.
That's the power. That's the strength. Oh! He may have knocked him out, Joey.
I felt that all the way here in the broadcasting booth.
He may have knocked him out. That's it.
Ladies and gentlemen, here's your winner, ECPW Television Champion.
You called that, Joey. You knew all along what was going on.
Oh, you knew he was out there for a reason, and I don't think he's finished. Unless he is going back to the dressing room.
There's your champion.
Bad News Dillinger.
There's DeVito.
He is there. He didn't introduce him. I think DeVito's going to be upset with that. We might hear a thing or two. DeVito doesn't like to be left out.
Joey, I would say this is a fairly even matchup with both competitors. I would have to say that the edge again because of DeVito maybe goes to Anthony Markos.
Well, let's see. I understand that DeVito's been working out now with Anthony Markos for the last several weeks since he signed him to his stable. Hey, he got a gorilla and an elephant in his stable.
Joey, some of the great fans across there. Jennifer Davidson is one of our fans that she wrote into us, and she's a big fan of Johnny Starr. She really enjoys his wrestling, and she's from Fairfield, New Jersey. Has been to a lot of the events that have been in Fairfield. Watches the TV program, and she just wants everybody to know what a great wrestler she thinks Johnny Starr is, and has met him on several occasions. Got autographs and pictures. These wrestlers are very friendly to the fans out there.
Well, some of them are, some of them aren't. Don't try and get an autograph from the Meadowlands Monster or John Teller.
Oh, talking about John Teller, Joey G, that was a shame what happened to Johnny Chill several weeks back. I heard that Angelo Johns will have a statement next week regarding the state of Johnny Chill. He was rushed to the hospital, stretchered out, and it was a heinous act on John Teller.
Oh, John Teller overturned the stretcher.
Look at the strength on Johnny Starr. We know what a powerhouse Anthony Markos is, Joey, but Johnny Starr is no slouch either.
No, he's not. At what, 6'4", 6'5", 250 pounds?
It's a great matchup of strength right now.
Markos winning it right now.
You know, Anthony Markos has more of that power lifter physique, where Johnny Starr a little more bodybuilder physique. Wow, and that's the low center of gravity there. You're not knocking him over. It's like supermarket sweeps.
I'm gonna put up a toll booth back here. I'd be rich by the end of the night.
Wow.
Nice elbow by Starr.
I kind of like the setup we got here, Joey, because you don't have to worry about DeVito coming over and bothering us anymore.
Oh, yeah, sure.
We have a nice booth here. Oh, beautiful move there.
Is Johnny Starr any relation to Ricky Starr?
I don't know, but Ricky Starr, as many of the old-time fans will know, was a very graceful, ballet-like wrestler.
Yeah, I wonder if, might be an uncle or a grandfather. I got to ask Johnny.
And it looks like he's going to go to the outside. Baseball slide.
You know, DeVito got out of the way real quick.
Can't fault them for that, Joey.
I'd like to see DeVito get his.
Someday. Talking about getting theirs coming up after this matchup, the return. Former tag team champions, the Amazing Graysons, take on the current champions, the Top Notch Males.
Amazing Graysons have been gone for well over a year now, and I'm happy to see them return. They're a very talented tag team. Two brothers who once held the ECPW championship tag team belts and want to do it again.
Oh, what a maneuver there. Beautiful. What a suplex.
And Markos is the king of the suplexes, isn't he?
He has that perfect low center of gravity. Tremendous strength, Joey, and he can suplex pretty much anybody at any time.
Anytime, and when he does suplex his opponent, I mean, he puts so much effort and strength into it that he really hurts him more than a normal suplex would.
He's a powerhouse, no doubt, and you know we talked about this, Joey. Doug DeVito has quite the find there. Where
does he find his men, Gino?
many different places, but he came out and he scouted Anthony Markos. And you said it for a long time. You thought something was missing from Anthony Markos, and that.
Well, I thought Anthony Markos, a young, talented kid. I mean, he's only, what, 19 years old?
19-year-old. Joey, what a powerhouse, what a bright future he has. And now,
under the tutelage of DeVito?
As much as we don't like DeVito, that manager now can take care of a lot of things for a young wrestler that he doesn't have to worry about, as far as, you know, booking the hotels and your travel and all these other things. So it does take a lot of that pressure and burden off of him. He can focus on training and wrestling.
Not only that, but DeVito has his eyes on him at all times, and he's pointing out what you're doing right and what you're doing wrong.
Oh, nice shot to the midsection there. You look at Anthony Markos, Joey, the strength in his legs, the power in his legs. That's where that suplex comes from. It's from that strong base that he has.
He is built like a gorilla.
And he is quite strong, Joey. We've seen him up at the training center working out. You know, the training center has
heavy weights.
Has ring up there, but also a personal training area. And we see him throwing around 500 pounds, Joey, for repetitions on the bench press.
And if anybody out there thinks they have what it takes to become a professional wrestler or a valet,
come on down. At the end of the program, there'll be information, Joey. Maybe you want to come and challenge Anthony Markos to a bench press competition. I don't know how that would go, but if you'd like to come down, Joey, we're more than happy to show you around the great training facility. Some of the greats have gone through there, Joey G. We're talking about Nunzio, Deucin, Domino, Cherry, Ezekiel Jackson, Luke Gallows. The list goes on and on. Oh, fisherman suplex. He got the big guy over. Referee a little bit out of position and a little bit slow with that count.
Well, getting back to the training center, you're right, Gino. ECPW has launched a lot of wrestling stars.
And you too.
You too.
Well, this has been everything we thought it would be, Joey. Back and forth matchup. Who's going to get to their feet? Who wants it more?
Well, that's it.
These two young, hungry lions.
It always comes down to who wants it more, doesn't it?
I would have to say pretty even matchup, and DeVito really hasn't been interjecting himself much.
No, I was wondering that myself.
Got him up. Look at that. Power. Wow. What a slam and a splash. Time is running out on this matchup, Joey. I don't know. This could end in a draw. Shot to them, right in the chops right there. Another one.
Oh, and it caught him with a clothesline and took him right down to the mat. DeVito looks a little concerned and worried.
As well he should be. His guy is in trouble. Nice spear. Almost a count. 1, 2, no, quite. Oh.
No.
I'd have to say Joey G has been very close with those.
What happened to Johnny Starr? He's holding his head, laying on the mat right now.
I believe that he thought he had the 3 count on several occasions, and he seems a little
you know what?
frustrated.
He better get up because
he seems frustrated with this referee, but it was clearly a 2 count, Joey. That was it.
Right now, Johnny Starr is showing me a little immaturity because he should have been all over Markos.
He's wasting an opportunity. You're correct, Joey. Anthony Markos, wow. Going to the, we never see this going to the higher elevations. And that's probably why we don't see him at the higher elevations. The gorillas don't fly, Joey.
You don't see a gorilla up in the tree?
They pull the trees down.
You don't see Anthony Markos on the top of the
He hurt his knee. Uh-oh.
He might have hurt his knee.
The referee may be looking to stop watch this matchup.
He might have torn a cartilage or blown out his knee.
And that's why a man that size going to the top.
That was a dumb move, and I'm sure DeVito will talk about it with him in the dressing room.
DeVito looks concerned about his guy's knee there.
DeVito's counting on Markos to bring him gold.
Is he gonna call this matchup? Is that it? Oh, what was that?
What DeVito do? Oh, Gino.
I can't believe.
It was a sham.
Oh.
That's a shame. That's a shame what just happened to Johnny
Look at
Starr.
the squat. That's cheap shot by Doug DeVito. And that was it.
Markos fakes an injury. All right. And that's what DeVito brings to the table for Anthony Markos.
There's the champs, Joe.
Oh, Gino Caruso, could this be the night that the tag team championship belts change hands?
Wow, Joey G, this one's gonna get you jump started.
Here they go!
There was no wasting here. Amazing Graysons are back, Joey. They want their belts.
Mason Grayson's giving up some weight, but look at this. You can't even call the action. It's quick. Oh,
beautiful double drop
kick.
The Amazing Graysons are back, Joey G, and they want those belts back. Oh, to the outside. Amazing.
Graysons. From Gotham.
So, Joey G, you would have to say that Angelo Johns, the general manager, has done a great job of mixing new and young talent and some stars from the past coming back, like the former tag team champions.
Well, I understand the Amazing Graysons were in the Orient. When they traveled to Europe, Angelo Johns called them personally to bring them back into ECPW.
Well, Joey G, we talk about people returning. Next week, former heavyweight champion, hasn't been seen on Adrenaline TV in a long time, will be here, Joey G.
Who's that?
The one and only.
Who?
Kodiak Bear.
Really, the Kodiak Bear?
He returns next week, Joey G. And also, Angelo John says he will have an update on the condition of Johnny Chill and his injury.
You know, I know the Kodiak Bear ever since he was a cub. Never a small cub, though. And at one time, I did manage the Kodiak Bear, Gino. You know that.
Kodiak Bear, one of the most vicious, maniacal wrestlers you've ever seen. And fans, stay tuned next week as you get to see the return of the Kodiak Bear. Joey, they're coming out of the woodwork, coming back to ECPW.
I understand that Rocky Jones has even called Angelo Johns. It would be great to see Rocky here back in ECPW.
Joey G, the history of professional wrestling lives in East Coast professional wrestling. It is pro wrestling, Joey, and that's what you're going to see. Great athletes out there. A mix of some veterans and some young and up-and-comers, and right now you got 4 of the best young talents in professional wrestling. 2 of the great tag teams, Joey.
And
we've seen the top-notch males over the course of their reign as champions develop into a well-oiled machine.
Oh, now they're working on, is that Tommy?
Yes, Joey. I know, Joey, you're a big fan of tag team wrestling. And
Love it.
And you love the fact that they had the Commissioner's Cup this past fall, and we got to see Andrew Anderson and Timothy Theory win that.
Well, I talked to Angelo Johns last week, and he told me that the Commissioner's Cup was such a success that we'll be doing it again in the fall this year.
That'd be great.
Maybe you and I can enter. I mean, we did tag team once.
Once was enough, Joey. Trying to make a tag to his brother. You know, Amazing Graysons, such a good tag team because they are brothers. They know each other better than anybody. Trying to make a tag to his brother, not quite enough.
Wow. The only negative thing I can see with the Graysons is they are a little small for professional wrestling, but they make up for it with their speed and agility.
Well, we've seen over the years a lot of undersized tag teams, the Rock and Roll Express. They utilize the teamwork, speed, and agility, and that's what the Graysons always got to do.
Yes.
And they did it for their whole career, Joey, and they're a very talented tag team.
And they were former tag team champions.
And right now, look at the top-notch male setup. Looks like maybe a double superplex. Not quite. Fighting out.
Oh, Naga. Who's got the hardest head?
Nice. Beautiful. Crossbody against both of them. Joey's got to make a tag to his brother.
And wrestling fans, you think this is...
Oh, look at this.
Oh, head to pit.
Beautiful clothesline. Nice leg lariat, Joey. They're fired up. Graysons want their belts back.
What is that?
Handstand elbow, and Joey, a house of fire out there. The Graysons looking to regain the titles. Top-notch males holding on to them with both hands tonight.
Now they're battling it out with fists. And I think the Vera and Vega, top-notch males, are getting the best of them right now.
Very physical contest, Joey. Uh-oh.
They caught him. No,
tag is made. Oh, double super kick. Will that be enough? Do we have new champions? 2, almost.
Oh, no. That was close.
Well, Joey G, they got the champions on their heels right now. They gotta cash it in while they got them down.
And they're gonna double team them, and that's what works. That helps.
Oh. Shot to the outside. Now, top-notch males trying to... Will that be enough, Joey? Oh.
He got him. He got him.
Joey G, there's your champions, the top-notch males. Joey G, Gino Caruso saying so long from the Garden State.